What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sabby. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Welcome to my channel, Self Mastery. In today's episode, the topic is what every man must do in his 20s. Also, this video is going to talk about what every man must understand, especially if you are in your 20s. Because if you're a young man fresh out of high school, if you're a young man fresh out of college, you may think you have, a full life ahead of you, and you do. For sure you do, but we get distracted in our 20s. We start wasting time in our 20s, because we feel like we're young. We feel like we have all this youth and energy, and it feels like that it's going to last forever. But the truth is it doesn't. It doesn't last forever. And also the decisions you make in your 20s have a compounding effect in your 30s and 40s and 50s. And that's something that we don't realize, especially when we're young. So I'm going to say this truly, that if you are in your 20s, the number one thing you must do if you're a man or even a woman watching this, this applies to both genders, but specifically for men, if you are in your 20s, I would say focus on your purpose, focus on your mission, focus on your passion, your main objective. What do you want from life? What do you want to do? Right? And I know you've been taught this and told this all throughout school, all throughout, college, that you have to specialize, you have to pick a major, you have to get a job, this and that. And I get that, these are the paradigms set by society for us. And, when I was that age too, and I was going through college, I realized that I didn't want to be a doctor, right? I didn't want to do that because it wasn't my life purpose. And, if it wasn't for my spiritual awakening, I would not have known what I really wanted to do. Same thing with you, right? Maybe you've been taught by your family, your mom and dad, maybe your friends, your teachers, the school system, everything that, hey, you got to pick a major, you got to pick a job, and that's it. You got to stick with it. And maybe a job is your thing. Maybe that's your passion. Maybe that is your purpose. Maybe you do want to be a doctor. And you know what? This video is not criticizing anybody that's on that path. Instead, I commend you and I push you guys forward to go ahead and do that and to chase your passion and purpose in your 20s for sure. But say, for example, that's not what you want to do, right? Maybe the school system was not for you. Maybe you were destined to be an artist, a musician, right? Maybe you were destined for a trade job like an electrician, plumber, heating and air, whatever. Or maybe you wanted to be a business owner. Maybe you wanted to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you were an inventor. Maybe you wanted to create something new. Whatever it may be, my main purpose of saying all of this is that as a man in your 20s, that needs to be your number one priority, right? Whether it's your career, whether it's your purpose, whether it's a business, whether it's whatever, right? Whether it's creativity, whatever your passion is, your purpose is, go full in on that. Whatever the dreams that you had as a kid, right? These are the things you need to be focused on in your 20s. The reason I say this is because the 20s is the most youthful time of your life in the sense that you have the most energy as a man, right? You're not even at your full peak yet, but you're building up to it. And so you have all this time, right? You have all this energy. You have all your ambitions still left within you. Your dreams haven't been dead yet, right? Bills and responsibilities, sure, they may be there, but they're not as vivid as they would be if you are in your 30s or 40s, right? Or even after a married life or when you have kids, right? Because this is the thing, guys, you need to understand that when you have kids or when you have a wife to take care of, or, maybe, she takes care of herself. But obviously, if you're married and you have kids or you have a lot going on, do you think you're going to have the time to chase your dreams? Right? You're going to be trying to figure out how to put food on the table for my family. You're going to be focused on how to pay the bills, how to pay the mortgage, and all that, the car payments, the car insurance, the gas, and all of this. The bills stack up and you got to find ways to make ends meet, right? That's literally what you have to do. So you don't have the time to go play in a band or something, or go painting, or, writing your poetry, or whatever it is that, your purpose is or your dreams are. You won't have that time later on, because then at that time you're focused on responsibilities. So in your 20s, this is that time to really hone in on what you want to do, what you've always desired to do. When you were a little kid, you had all these big dreams of, whether it was being a police officer or a fireman, or whether it was, being an astronaut or whatever. And the 20s is your time to do all of that. The 20s is your time to chase those ambitions that you've always had as a young kid, right? If you want to be the next Picasso, if you want to be the next, the Beatles band, or if you want to be the next, big bodybuilder, if you want to be the next whatever it may be, this is the time. Your 20s is that time to really focus in. Another thing I want to say is, do not get distracted by the parties. Do not get distracted by the friends that are just hanging out. They're just chilling, right? They have nothing going on. They're always smoking weed or partying, or always drinking, or getting effed up on some drug. Do not hang out with these people, because you will regret it later on in your life that you wasted time. You have to understand one more thing, that as a young man, even as a young woman, time is the most valuable asset, the most valuable commodity that you possess. And if you waste time doing things that don't matter, things that are not relevant to your growth, relevant to where you want to go, then you're going to obviously regret that, because there's going to come a time where you're going to look back into your life and you're going to see, man, I wasted those years. I could have done something with my life in those years. I could have been at a completely different stage, a completely different platform than where I am right now, right? So you have to look at yourself. You have to look at your time and see what you're giving your time, attention, energy to. So don't waste it with people that aren't, providing you with any value, that aren't going anywhere. Also, don't chase girls in your 20s, because this is the thing, right? As a man, period, you shouldn't be chasing girls. Girls will be chasing you once you start focusing on your passion, your mission, making money, stacking bread, saving, investing. Once you're doing all of that, right? You're building your body, you're working on your physique, you're doing these things, women are naturally going to gravitate towards you because you're working on yourself. So in your 20s, I highly recommend try to be single. Try to stay single so you can devote most of your time to building up your business, or building up your career, your passion, your purpose. Because like I said, right, that time isn't going to come again. The 20s is probably the most energetic period of your time, the most youthful period of your time. Obviously, when you're younger, a teenager, you're still in school, you still have to live with your parents, you still don't have all your time allotted to you at that moment. But as soon as you hit your 20s, that's when you're more independent and you're more on your own, and you can make your own decisions and do what you want with your time. You see, right now, society conditions us, go chase girls, go party. Let me tell you guys one thing. Listen, guys, look. Girls that are in their 20s right now, or that are your age right now, especially if you're a man in your 20s, they're dating older men. They're messing around with men that have money, that have things made for them, that have things going on for them, right? And you're still fresh out of college, broke, barely got anything going on. That's why I say don't waste your time chasing these girls. Don't waste your time getting into a relationship. In your 20s, what you need to be doing, especially if you're 21, 22, 23, 24, you need to be figuring out how you can stack your bread, how you can make that money, how you can chase your passion, your dreams, because that's number one, beyond anything, right? So for this 10-year period, right, just close your eyes and just grind, just hustle and grind. Because listen, when you turn 30 and you've been grinding for the past 10 years, you've been saving, you've been investing, you've been grinding, you've built something up, whether it's a business, or maybe now you're making good money at your job. Maybe you have a 6-figure job now, right? Because you put in the work. Maybe you are, on your way to becoming a doctor. Maybe you're a resident, right? Whatever. Look, when you hit your 30s, you're going to be so thankful for yourself, to God, just for being able to focus, being able to, divert your attention from distractions, and starving your distractions and feeding your focus, right? That's what you're going to be super thankful for when you hit your 30s, when you're 35, because at that time, guess what? Life is going to be a little bit easier, right? You'll be able to live a little bit more of a luxurious lifestyle, right? You'll have more of an upgraded lifestyle. right? Where you're not living paycheck to paycheck trying to make ends meet. You're not always constantly, pressured by society's expenses and society's, whatever. You know how it is out here in these streets. You know it's a struggle if you don't have it made. Gas prices going up. All these things, look, the inflation is roughly around 8% up this year, so think about that. The 20s is your time to grind. Do not waste your time doing things that do not matter with people that aren't even going to be friends with you in the next 5-10 years. Think about that. Think about all the people that are friends with you right now. Were any of them childhood friends? Maybe one. I would say maybe one. Maybe not even any, right? Because people come and go. So don't waste your time hanging out with people that are not adding any value, any knowledge, any wisdom, any effort into your life that's going to help you grow, right? Don't waste your time in relationships, because let me tell you one thing, as a man, women come and go. If you're a woman listening to this, men come and go, right? So focus on your passion, focus on what you need to do. Then when the time is right, you'll attract the right friends, you'll attract the right partner. And then, do your thing, right? When you're in your 30s and you have more money, you can party even better. You can go to Miami, you can go to Puerto Rico, you can go to, Cancun, wherever you want to go. You can party like you've never partied before. At that time, when you have things, made for you, when you've done the work, you've put in the effort, you've established yourself, then go party again, then go find yourself a female if you want to, But I'm telling you, in your 20s, guys, in your 20s, just close your eyes, grind, hustle, and that's it. Forget about everything else. Once you turn 30, wake up, open up your eyes again, and then think about what you want to do from there. But this is the message for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up if this provided any motivation, any inspiration to you guys. Subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more coming out for you all. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.